You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in excuses because, long story short, I went to DR and my father showed me where he's from. Like, he took me to his origins. And, you know, DR is very green.
No, I've had it. My dad gave me that same experience a couple years ago.
It's very beautiful, but where he's from, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
We're back.
Hey, welcome to Clocked In Podcast, man.
We are officially on the clock.
53. 53.
Episode 53 now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Moving right along.
Sir.
Moving right along.
Let's clock in before we even start doing anything.
You see the podcast. You know what to do.
We're in here today.
You've seen the pod before.
I didn't know that you added the whistle part.
I just do it.
And he's been doing that since the beginning. So yeah.
But
yes, sir.
You got it along.
Hey, man. Thank y'all so much for pulling up to episode 53 of Clocked In Podcast, man. Kenny, will you hit them with our...
first and foremost, shout out Tico, who drove a long way to get here. He's here, safe.
Don't say his name, man.
Sorry.
He will introduce himself.
The unknown guy next to me.
Yeah.
So now he drove a long time. We appreciate him coming through. After this, you know, we're going to, not just for the podcast, he's a good friend of us.
We'll have a good conversation after, you already know.
Do some things afterwards.
Yes, sir.
But guys, find us on YouTube. We are also on
SoundCloud, bro. Come
we
on.
We are also in Apple
Podcasts.
Podcast.
On SoundCloud, yeah.
Yeah, don't say too much, bro. You can't say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube. We're also on Instagram. Wherever you type Clock In Podcast, we'll be there. Make sure you look us up.
Yes,
wherever you get your podcast from.
Yeah, there you go. Tune into the Instagram like he just said right now. Let's get to 1,000 followers on Instagram. What else am I missing? The 30-second ads probably popped up already with the email. If it didn't, it'll be in the description either way. So if you want to promote anything on the podcast, you could go ahead and hit us up on our email. Would be the easiest. A lot of people do hit us up on Instagram, and then we get a lot of DMs. I'm not gonna lie. So if you want to make sure we read your stuff in terms of promoting something on the podcast, hit us on the email, please. What else am I missing? Oh, check out the Clips channel. I don't know if you mentioned that. I'm gonna make sure I'm almost up to date, bro, in terms of everything going on with the Clips channel, but it'll be in the description as well and the pinned comment in this video. But that's all right. Am I missing anything?
Yes, sir, we're
Am
good.
I missing anything? No. All right. So now let's let him introduce himself, man. Can't over here saying any shit. Remember who you are, man. Remember who you are, man.
Yeah, man. I'm Ticos. So you can find me on Instagram at Ticos with a Z and then an S, because
somebody took that.
Yeah, somebody. I DM'd them like, yo, I will pay you whatever you want for this name right now.
Yeah,
because like you need the name for, like, if you really want to nail your branding, that shit is mad important.
Is that guy blue check or no?
Nah, he's not. He don't even bro. He
don't
even use his account.
Yeah.
I hate. Don't you just fucking hate? I fucking hate that shit, bro.
That's crazy.
That's
but
what it is, man.
The Instagram popped up, and it'll definitely be in the description as well.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all go check them out and show some support, man.
At Twitter _Ticos with a Z.
Yes, sir.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Yeah, I have to, like, there's more work that has to be done there, but you can go there as well.
I got you.
Same handle.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Though this is one old song there. I remember I said it to you. There's one old ass song that I was playing. I was like, this is kind of fire.
Yeah.
You need to get more active on that shit. But we'll talk about that more as the episode develops.
One of many.
Yes, sir, man. But you ready to talk about what we want to talk about? Or we want to do our interview first with Tico. So we
do the interview first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get it, Tico. So I got a couple questions. Because I've really been trying to prioritize mindset a lot in this podcast, because that's the most important thing I feel when it comes to what you want to accomplish as a man. If you don't have a good mindset, hey man, I know, I'm sorry. But I do have a couple questions. Let me get to
talk
it.
Talk to me.
All right, man. Okay. So as well, we know, but I don't know if the audience really knows. Can you give a quick, like, a brief synopsis of what you do?
I'm a writer.
There you go.
So I have a blog. I write articles.
Yes, sir.
And it's all about curating your reality. Mm-hmm. So to give a brief synopsis, basically, like, just curating your reality, everything around you. So, like, your mindset, that's where everything starts. That's the root of everything. So mindset, just your tastes. I think that if everyone was more confident about their taste, and I'm talking about everything, like your taste in clothing, your taste in women, your taste in, like, just what you like, the shit that you like, right? And was more confident about the shit that you like, that makes you more authentic as a person.
Yeah.
And I say all of that to say, like, I really just I'm working on my own personal brand.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll be helping people with their own personal brands as well.
I like to hear that.
Just
I like to hear that.
just,
You brought a great point. You brought a great point, which is
Confidence.
not only confident. It's like, let me put it this way, right?
Go ahead.
Trends are good, right? Let's say that listen, you train, everybody's wearing, I don't know,
Reeboks.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's a trend, right? So what people should do is follow the trends, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But just add, like you said, a little taste, add something different that can
you-
make you be in the trend, but also make you apart and make you unique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
makes you stand out.
Everybody
like-
has their own little style, but not everybody is confident enough, like you said,
Exactly.
to actually
And
walk outside, looking how and feeling how they want to.
Yeah, yeah, that's a big thing. So like, I'm all about just curating your reality. So like, what you do for work.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a writer, so like, I write about self development and just self progression. So then
That's perfect for this podcast, man. Let's get it. Yeah.
so that flows over into the music as well. So like, I do music. So I write for other people. You know, there are people that I work with that shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, if you want to call it ghostwriting, call it ghostwriting. Like,
Yeah.
that's just what I do. Like, I'm just a pen.
Just a
guy.
natural born.
Just a pen dude.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah, yeah.
You know.
And then, like, we talked about confidence and all that. Make sure y'all check out the last episode. We
was
did a
about
whole episode on confidence last episode.
Yo, that
Very good.
episode was fire. Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
that. But I just wanted them to really understand what you're all about before I started asking you questions. Because then the stuff that we know that they don't know, so we got to make sure that we're all on the same page. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to ask you, now that we know all that, like, what inspires you to write? Whether that's copy, music, tweets, like, whatever you are writing, what gives you inspiration to, like, be like, okay, let me put the pen down and get to work.
Development. Development.
Okay.
In all areas.
And self, everything.
Just a development.
Okay,
you know what I'm
gotcha.
saying? I'm obsessed with personal branding. Like,
Okay.
I love that. Like, I you know, and that's the reason why I write copy. You know, like, I have clients that I work with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if, like, people are familiar with what copywriting is, but briefly, it's anything that you see in, like, like the words in advertising. So slogans, fucking emails. Copywriting is like the words that you see in advertisements. So like slogans, ads, like Facebook ads, you know, captions, fucking email sequences. Like, you know, when you like and when you buy stuff online and you get the pop-up
The
that's like,
descriptions and all that.
yeah, like,
product
and
descriptions.
or you get the pop-up that says like opt in your email, and then you get like 10% off and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then after you do
The
that,
offers.
you get like email sequence. I write that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So and then as well as, like, you know, just self-development. Like, you can go check out my blog, you know, the Dossier Files.
Okay, I like
Dossier
that.
files.
Is that like a like a second job, like a side hustle, or is that the main thing you focus on?
The blog?
No, the
writing?
Yeah. That's like just for income, you know? And then because
That's something you're trying to transition into, right?
Yeah.
into a
Okay,
main.
I got you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
then, like, eventually I get the blog going, and like people receive my newsletters. You can subscribe to my newsletters. And it's just, you know, just self-development, man. Just like, you know, personal branding, like I said.
Important.
Yeah, like just health.
Just becoming an overall better person.
Yeah, like
that's
just self-care.
I got you.
Mindset. Just anything you can think of in terms of self-development, and just my personal experiences with family, with money, with self, with women, you know, like
Advice
just
and
you know,
stuff like that,
shit
yeah.
like that. And it's like, you know, I'm giving you a piece of me.
I got
Pause.
you. Providing the value. Yeah, it's important. You got to provide value for people to really pull up to you and mess with your stuff. So,
Absolutely. And I, you know, like, I want people to fuck with me because of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to like put on this facade or like this fake front. You know, like, it's just me. It's just
I
who I
got
am.
you. Yeah, I mess with that. I've actually been thinking about that too, because you know how my brand is Louis Visuals. I've been thinking of just changing mine to Louis and then my last name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make it just me.
That's
you know?
just, this is who I am.
I'm trying to I've been working on a newsletter as well. Now I haven't transition to making sure, but I've been thinking about it and planning it out on what it's going to be about and all that stuff.
We can talk about it off record, bro.
Definitely, yeah. I've been working on that. There's a couple other things that we're going to have a good conversation about after we get off the podcast and stuff like that, because it's stuff that they can't know yet unless they're on the Patreon, you know. That's different. You know what
Get
I'm
on
saying?
that Patreon, man.
So you said personal development, and that's really important because that's all we talk about, bro.
I wanted to say too, well, you know what happened. So I'll give you some background. So there's a clip that we posted. I'm pretty sure you've seen it, right? I mean, if you haven't,
that's what you're talking about. Let's get to it. Okay.
If you haven't, pretty much.
Actually, I want to get your opinion on it too. So yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Last episode, we were talking about confidence, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a clip that Lewis is talking about depression, and no, actually that was 2 episodes ago.
It was
we talk about how to beat depression, right?
Right.
Lewis is talking about how depression
is not real. I don't believe depression is real. I believe you can be depressed, you can be upset, right? If something happens, you have the right to be sad.
Of course.
But now if you choose to make your reality a sad reality because you don't want to, for example, put in the work in the gym, you just want to be in your house sad all day, or you're not doing any type of activities that will affect your vibrational level, make you happier.
Yeah.
In terms like, you're still going to be sad, but if you choose just to be sad for a long time, that's your fault.
Like, you just accept it as your state. Like,
Yeah.
this is my state.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
That's
you,
what we
you continuously do stuff that will make you stay in that bubble of depression.
Mind,
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So what I want to say is, every episode, our basis, like you just said, we focus on making the listeners, the audience, making them better.
Yeah.
Like that's our main focus. Every episode, at the end of the episode, we give them a quote how to be better.
Yeah.
We focused a whole episode whether it was confidence, whether the whole episode is to make
you a better person.
A better person, exactly.
Right.
So there was somebody saying,
they commented on it.
They commented on the clip saying, y'all tripping, like it's okay to be depressed.
Like literally defending depression. It's like,
and it's like,
what experiences have you gone through this and that to be able to say that? And I'm like, okay, first of all, you don't know what I've gone through to even be able to say that. Two, why are you over here defending something that takes power away from you? And I got that from Andrew Tate. And I'm not sure that he was the first person to say that, but I'm gonna say who I got it from, which was Andrew Tate. He says, what's the point of defending something or wanting something that is making you less powerful, right? What is the point of defending depression, bro?
I think people get
the left.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can go on all day.
Let's stay on top of that because I want to talk about what the guy was saying specifically. I might have to pull it up, but go ahead, say what you were saying.
So to say my piece on that, there's this interesting thing, this interesting phenomenon that I was reading about. So I forgot what it's called, but it's I thought it was imposter syndrome, but that's like something else.
Yeah, I know what that is. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, but like it's when let's say somebody gets captured, right? By like fucking like Al-Qaeda or some shit, right? And then you're in a captivity for mad long, like just fucking months, whatever. And then it gets to a point where you're in your mind, you start to defend the people that have you in captivity. That has a name.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think I know what you're saying, but I don't know the name.
Yeah, I don't know the name, but I see what you're saying. And I wanna add something else to that. You found it?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay.
When people
no, not the thing. I got the comment.
Copy.
I believe that with people, I'm gonna just say it again. There's nothing wrong with being depressed, but when you choose to be depressed, that's like you know what I mean. You're not walking fully. Yeah. So I guess there's like a stigma of saying I'm depressed. People say that we're proud. You know what I mean? Like I'm depressed, and I'm gonna be depressed for you know. And it's like, bro, like we talked about this before too. Words have so much power.
Yeah.
You saying you're depressed, even if you're not depressed, you best believe you're gonna be depressed.
I have something to say about that. It's very interesting. Yeah. First, I want to make a point before you read that, and then I want to say something about what you said. So that syndrome or whatever you call that you start to defend, let's say the people that have you in captivity, because your mind gets conditioned. You're in that state for so long that you're just like, well, you get comfortable because this is like your new norm,
is your new reality.
Like this is your new reality, is what you know. So you start defending it. It's almost like something, you come in like, hey, like you're in captivity. Like, why aren't you?
Come on now.
Yeah. And then you just like, no. And then it's like, this whole mechanism kicks in. And to get to your point, I was in therapy talking about this, right? And I was telling my therapist, like, I found this breakthrough where it's like of the power of like telling yourself something. So, you know, I'll be very raw. Like,
go ahead, man.
Go ahead, bro.
You got to say what you got to.
No filter.
Go ahead.
So I kind of self-diagnosed myself with ADHD.
Okay.
And because I kind of like identify with a lot of the symptoms or whatever. So I don't know for sure, right? Like, I've never been diagnosed by a professional. Not even my therapist has diagnosed me, right? Yeah. So, like, I kind of self-diagnose, right? Gotcha. So then when shit comes up, like things like when my attention is like splitting and like shit like that, like I'll just be like, oh, is that I have ADHD, right? Like I'll tell myself that, right? Yeah. And it's not until you catch yourself of how many times you repeat that shit that every time something happens, you're like, oh, and in my case, I'd be like, oh, that's probably because I have ADHD. Yeah. Right? Like without really knowing.
Now you're identifying with that.
Exactly. So that is insane because then your reality starts to reflect that. Yeah. You know, like, oh shit, I have ADHD. And then, oh, that's why I forget shit. Or that's why like my attention is on, right? So imagine if you consciously reversed it and you said, I am healthy. Oh no.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah. I am a millionaire. Yeah. I am successful, right? Yeah. Your reality will start to reflect that.
Yeah, because that stuff gets moved into your subconscious.
Yeah.
Exactly what that's really what creates your reality.
And Lewis is a witness. I used to say, yo, because I will forget everything, but I started saying, yo, my memory is horrible. Like I forget everything.
All the time.
And then my girl come and she was like, why are you saying it? Like and I'm like, it's false. I was just saying it to say it because I have a great memory. Now I'm not saying that but I actually do. Like faces, I remember old faces. Yeah. Like every face I see, it will stay
just stick. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and then, your words have a very powerful effect on your life. Bro.
Low key, you start repeating that shit to yourself. You don't know how many times you're saying it.
Yeah.
And eventually it starts to reflect. And then eventually you'll find that you do start to forget shit. Yeah. That's just crazy, right?
Yeah, it is. Your mind is very powerful.
Yo, it's insane.
So these people over here saying, no, I'm depressed and this and that every day, bro. You do that for a long enough time, then you will be depressed, like Kenny said, right?
Yeah.
It's just the way your brain works and how reality works.
Your reality is a mirror of your mind.
Yeah. Exactly. 100%. That's a perfect way to say it. Cool. There's no other way to say that.
Quotes.
No cap.
I'm gonna quote that.
Yeah, but I wanted to read the actual comment. I'm not going to say the person's name, but they say, guys, you got to be more open-minded. Do you even know what depression is? What life experiences have you gone through that allow you to say that depression is a choice? That was very ignorant to say. You don't choose whether depression is for a day or two. That's how deep depression is. And if you ever been depressed, you wouldn't be saying that. There's people that are killing themselves or offing themselves. I'm sorry for that. Offing themselves because they don't know how to deal with depression, right? So basically defending the fact.
I want to say too. Yeah. I won a little hard on the comments too.
The fuck out of here.
Nah, I didn't win that hard. I was just like, because this is the thing, man.
He said, be the change you want to be in life.
He's coming, right? He's coming at Lewis, right?
Yeah.
He was coming at him, but I feel attacked too because we're one. We in this together, right? So I'll say, look, man, I'll advise you to watch the whole clip. Matter of fact, watch the whole video, understand what we're saying, and then comment. Because what you're saying, I can just tell that he just watched the first 2 seconds.
Oh yeah,
and then just went straight to the comments.
You guys are tripping.
Yeah.
Two,
no context.
I believe he said, y'all are ignorance that should be uplifting the kings.
Uplifting kings.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's our whole podcast. That's what our whole reality is about.
That's every episode we talk about.
That's how you know people just want to say shit. Just want to have an input.
Kings aren't depressed.
Exactly. You know. What is
give me some, bro. That's a great point.
That's a good one. But what is the point? What is the point of defending that? Like, bro, if you're gonna be depressed, like if something happens, like a family member passes away or something, you are allowed to be sad. I'm not saying don't be sad.
Process your emotions
because the more you bottle it up, the more fucked up you're gonna end up being in the long run.
And then it leaks into other areas of your life subconsciously.
Yeah, without you even noticing, bro. So
real shit.
What is gonna, like, let's say for example, like I said, that example, your family member passes away. What is you being sad for a year gonna do? It's not gonna bring them back.
It's gonna drag you for a whole. You're dragging that feeling for a whole year. That's what you're doing.
As a person, well, for me, I'll say for myself, as a person of ambition, somebody who wants to be more, I believe that if somebody passes away in my family, my job is to make that person proud. My job is to go even harder now that that person's not around, right?
Yeah.
So what if I was the other way around and I was like, okay, I have the pressure now, and I start saying it and defending it like this? Am I gonna do the same job that I was supposed to before? Do you think I'm gonna have the same amount of energy?
No.
Do I want to go out and spend time even with the people that are around me now that I'm depressed?
Well,
Go ahead.
No, you're the guest. Come on.
Go ahead.
And guess what? What you just said, like the decline starts to happen slowly.
Slowly, yeah.
You don't notice it right away. You know, it's bro. I've been in like cycles in my life where I'm literally like a year in.
And
after a year, I'm like, holy shit, bro. Like, I've been doing the same shit this whole fucking year.
Yeah.
Like, recycling the same thoughts.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the worst thing that you could ever experience in your life.
If you're not growing, you're dying.
Yo, it's insane, bro. It's insane.
Yeah.
I wanted to say this too.
Go ahead.
This guy that commented that, right? And I know this guy listens to reply and not to understand. So I'm just gonna make I'm gonna make a parenthesis here. I'm gonna say to this person only. If you're watching this, if you are depressed, keep telling yourself that you're depressed, right? And then tell me how that go for you.
After a year.
And then that close parenthesis. That's it. Because, bro, if you're depressed, it's just common sense, bro. Like, if you're sad, if you're happy, not only all this negative emotions, but also positive emotions.
Right.
If you're happy, you're joking,
Proud,
all that stuff is contagious.
Yeah.
So the more you
100%.
stick with them, the more
I agree.
you know, you just choose, bro. It's your choice. You want to be
Life is
whether
your
you want to
choice,
be
dude,
happy
depression, anxiety. And again, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's a real thing is because I've felt those things. But I want to go away from that.
No, okay. Hold up. Depression isn't a real thing. Being depressed is a real thing.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. That's the
I
point
just have to
trying
correct that because people are gonna say, "Oh wait, but y'all just contradicted yourself."
So, So I felt that way, right? But that sucks.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to feel like that.
I remember how we were having that conversation a long time ago when I went to go visit you guys, and then we were talking about anxiety, and I was like, I've never experienced it. Like I've never thought that somebody.
That's incredible.
And then the girl that I'm talking to now, she experiences anxiety. So I'm like. And like now I see it firsthand. Like it's not happening to me, obviously, but I can see the effects it has on a person.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you haven't had depression, and I've never said I haven't, I feel like everybody in their life has been depressed at some point.
Yeah.
So when you see it, you know it's true, and it is true. But then, why try to defend it?
Exactly. Like, why try to be
Let's try to change it. Let's try to get better.
It's I think it's the comfort.
It is the comfort.
It's the comfort. Like,
it's like being proud. That's what I'm saying. Like saying you're depressed, it gives you more power.
And it's also it's also a psychological
issue.
Not an issue, but it's a psychological mechanism where it's like you try to draw sympathy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you people get addicted to drawing the sympathy because sympathy brings attention.
Yeah.
And sympathy brings
it connects you with people.
Help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then people get comfortable with it's a deep layer.
Yeah. It's like a drug.
Basically, yeah. It becomes that eventually.
I also I guess I might be wrong. I think there's some kind of people seeking for I guess
validation.
Yes, from others.
Yeah.
Like oh, this happened to me.
And the sympathy.
Exactly.
Sympathy. Feel like, bad for me.
Exactly. And bro, who like with all due respect though, if you feel depressed, like not depressed, if something really bad happened to you, of course I'm like, yo, I wish you the best, wish you get up,
of course,
keep moving, whatever. But if you posting something in like if you're waiting for me to say
on Instagram,
right, you're waiting for me to tell you, like it feels bad for you, but you already started with the wrong foot. Yeah, because you shouldn't be waiting for others to uplift you. You got to uplift yourself.
And nobody cares as much as you do. So what is the point of you posting it for somebody else?
Think about it. Not to be too shady, but you've seen people post stuff on
absolutely
right, and you don't really comment. But just the same way you don't. I promise you, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that doesn't do that. So it's just.
So now let's start something here, right? Like I already do this, and I don't know about you two. Maybe you, but I'm not sure about you. But from our conversation, it seems like you already have your affirmations that you say on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that I always say. I always say I'm intelligent, I'm strong, I am a millionaire. Like
Yeah.
I keep my same few, and I always every day on my way to work say them. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're listening out there and you believe you have depression, right? Let's do a challenge. Let's do it for 3 months. And let me restart this, right? It's gonna be a clip for the Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna say what I said.
Yeah.
It's already
All right. Let's make it a challenge though. Like a real challenge.
know
Let's
what
call
you're
it
gonna
the clocked in depression challenge. Hashtag clocked in depression. Right?
Yeah.
So if you believe you have depression, like Kenny just said, wake up every day for the next 3 months, and the first thing you're gonna say is, I'm happy, I am thriving, I am strong, I am intelligent. Let's start with those few.
just
You're gonna
do that.
say that every morning
See how you
for
feel.
the next 3 months and see how your life changes.
See
And
how
let's-
you
let's
feel.
Let's see if there's really a thing such as having prolonged depression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then send the email in.
Send it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Send it anywhere. Well, I'll find the clip and I'll put it up.
Speaking of, because you
make
started.
make it anonymous, even better. Make it anonymous so
make
that
it
nobody
anonymous.
knows. Actually, write an email. Yeah, like you
Yeah.
were saying. Write an email. Make it anonymous. Don't. I mean, we'll make it anonymous because you have to send. We're gonna get your email address if you send it in the email. But either way, make it and don't say any names. If you have to make a brand new account just to send that email, please do.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Like send it anonymous. Yeah. And just see how different your life is 3 months from now. Since you quoted
Take.
Since you quoted Tate, I'll also quote Tate. When and under that specific comment, he was like, "There is nothing better to beat depression than becoming the man you want to become."
That's a fact. Why are you depressed?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that right
you're
there
fat,
is like, bro,
you're not putting in any type of work. You're
Yeah.
eating horribly.
Terrible.
You're not messing with the type of female quality that you probably could, or don't
Yeah.
even get any interactions with females.
Yeah.
You're just living a. I don't want to be too raw, like you were saying, but you're literally a bottom feeder at this point.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
living
pretty much.
a
Like,
horrible life. Why?
it's and then the worst part is that it's not that you're going through that; it's that you're
You're allowing
accepting
it,
that.
Exactly.
That's the fucking problem, that you're accepting that.
That's crazy because we made another podcast saying that there is a solution to all the problems out there. There's not a problem that somebody's going through that nobody else before has went through.
Yeah.
So there's a solution for everything. So
Everything.
if you are going through something, right, and you choose to stay dealing with that, or if you stay tripping again in the same rock, then that's your fault.
It's
and that's
like you're
that's
running
what,
in a loop,
That's what you're
really.
choosing. You in the
100%.
exactly, you in the loop.
Yeah. It's like if you have the job right now that you hate and is making you depressed, all right, what are you doing outside of that job to get rid of that job, right? If you want abs, what type of meal plan do you have? What workout regimen do you have? If
you have anything
don't
in
get
place?
girls, when are you interacting with girls? For some reason, I found this, and I'm with people who I talk to, with people online, people just think females are gonna fall in their lap.
It's not gonna happen.
And I'm like, okay,
It's
so
just not.
what? I mean, I don't really like dating apps, but what dating apps are you on? What are you messaging females on? Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter,
Yo,
whatever?
didn't you tell me something about like there's like a Tinder plus something, like a goal account something? Was it you?
Oh, some kid at my job bought the Tinder.
No,
table.
no. I think I saw it on Fresh and Fit. They're coming with Tinder, the whole
Oh,
app.
I've heard about that. Yeah, go ahead.
What
My fault.
I don't know.
I heard
much.
that they're coming out with like I think it's like a paid subscription, which is basically the gold or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
that matches you with
Tinder
a certain
Gold.
amount of people or some shit like that. Or I forget the exact
No,
thing.
but
I'm not
that's
too-
already a
too
thing.
much.
Tinder Gold is a thing.
but that's what I'm
Nah,
saying.
but
They're doing like a different
a new thing. I just don't
Okay.
remember what they're offering as the whole offer, you know.
Damn,
Oh,
I gotta look
I'm
at
not.
shit.
I'm
But
not.
I did
on-
hear about it from Fresh and Fit. But either way, that goes perfect into my next question. We kind of got into that deep. We spent a while on that, but
Hey, it's cool,
let's
man.
get it.
Yo,
Let's get it.
It got so hot that I had to take my hoodie off.
Yeah. Kenny had to come back. He needed a brief break.
Spicy
Let's get to it,
topic.
right? So we were talking about mindset and all that. So I wanted to ask you, what have you seen the difference in your mindset in terms of what it was maybe a year, 2 years ago compared to now?
Oof.
Progress.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I got a fucking wow.
Let's go, man. And I want to hear yours as well, actually, after you give yours.
Okay. The different. Say, I need to hear that again.
I got you. So what
Run that back.
What have you noticed is the difference in mindset in terms of maybe what it was 2 years ago to what it is today? It's a good question, man.
It's a great question. One thing. There's so much.
Go ahead, bro.
Fuck.
Let's go. We're here to talk.
Where do I start? All right. So like, one of the things is again, since like basically what I like to call myself is a curator, right? Like just curating my reality, everything around me, the people I got around me, my environment, like all that stuff, right? One of the most important things is understanding how much control you actually have.
Yeah.
That's a big one, because the thing is that because you are and oh, by the way, actually no, I have a tweet about this. Why am I like fucking brain farting?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Fucking. So I'll start with the 2 things I gained in 2022. The first one is how much control you actually have. When you really sit down and reflect, like how many things you have control of, that on a daily basis you might be like, oh, I don't have control of this because of, you know, the things that are in your environment, right? So like the people that you're around,
Your program.
yeah, the you know, just in your area as well, like, you know, especially where I'm from, you know what I mean? It's just like the impact that your environment has on your mindset, that has on your well-being in general.
Yeah.
You know, if you're around people that, you know, I was around people that I just don't want to be like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all I had around me was people that I didn't want to be like.
Yeah,
Examples
we say
of
that shit all the time, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
I've
Examples
cut
of
so many people that at the point I hang out with the same 3 people every day.
Yeah. So 2 things. I don't want to like ramble on, but 2 things. The first thing is your environment, the impact that your environment has, and the second thing is doing things at your own pace.
Yeah. Okay.
The importance of doing things at your own.
Yeah. Everybody's
fucking pace.
timeline is different. Everybody wants.
You have to understand that, bro. There's no. There's no point in keeping up with people and keeping up with trends and keeping up with this. Bro, everybody's life is different.
Everybody's going through different things. Everybody has different dreams
At different times.
Exactly.
You don't have to fucking have.
You don't have to worry about, oh, this person got this before me. Like,
Yeah, no, man.
what if you get more than that and a little bit later down the line?
Exactly. Like, just focus on yourself.
Keep doing what you got to do every day.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fall in love with the boring shit.
You don't know how expensive keeping up with the Joneses is until you've kept up with the Joneses. And when I say expensive, I'm not just talking about the monetary value.
Time as well.
Time and also like mental peace, mental health that you waste.
That's where social media comes in. Like social media, people see all these other people living this fake life, and we've talked about it before. But what is you focusing on this person's life gonna do for yours? Like,
yo, it's fucking insane. Like Charlemagne says, right? Charlemagne the God. One time,
He's funny.
That's my guy. And I like, you know, lately it's like his takes are a little, you know, but when I say Charlemagne, I'm talking about the old Charlemagne. So he used to be like, there was one thing he said that really stuck with me. He said, smart people learn from their own mistakes, wise people learn from the mistakes of others.
yes, sir.
Right? So when I heard him say that, I'm like, that's fucking true, because all I've seen around me was just people making mistakes
And tripping over the same rock.
Yeah, tripping over the same rock, falling in different traps.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, bro, I'm looking at that and I'm perspicacious. So I'm seeing that and I'm like, bro, if you're gonna go through this fucking road here and you fall, and how the fuck am I gonna go and do the same thing?
Exactly.
Like,
It's just,
let me try this.
You would be surprised on the level of IQ people have, bro.
It's unreal.
And people really, I don't even know if it's really IQ or intelligence, but there's a difference between somebody who's how do I even put it into perspective? Somebody who is, because remember that guy I was telling you on my job, he's so intelligent, he's dumb.
I know a lot of people like that.
So if you're seeing somebody, like you said, going down this road, and I saw it, do you really think I'm gonna take that same path? Right. So that with that being said, right?
Yeah.
I do take that same path. Now, what the fuck does that make me? A fucking idiot. All right. So why would you sit here, see somebody else do it, go do that? But then again, let's say you're on your own road and you haven't seen somebody go through it, right? You do it, you go through it, you stumble, you fall, you get up again and then stumble again and fall. Like, no, come on, bro. You got to move on. Okay, this happened. You got to analyze the whole battlefield. Or there's a chessboard right there. Analyze the whole board. Okay, what is the best move?
Yeah.
So what can I go from here that will prevent this from happening again? All right, let me make a mental note.
Yeah.
And make an actual note on a piece
write
of
it
paper.
down if you have to. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Keep record of everything that you go through, because then again, I mean, I'm thinking it more business-wise, right? Now, you can make a course on how you did this, and then you can help somebody not go through the same thing. But you just got to be intelligent, bro. People sit here and complain about their circumstances and complain about oh, this person did this to me, you know what I'm trying to say, and then they just go out and do the same thing, every single day. So I don't get it.
Look, you know how people say this is an interesting perspective. You know how people say like life is all about ups and downs.
Yeah, it's a battle.
Yeah. So yes, and yes and no. Yes, because when you're starting out, like there's ups and downs because you're learning. There's a fucking learning curve that you have to, right? But as you're growing exponentially, what you're supposed to do is, as you're growing, is you eliminate the lows.
Oh yeah.
You eliminate the lows.
But then there's new lows that are gonna be developed. So, right. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right. But see, the thing about that is, like, I'm not saying that you're not gonna have lows.
Yeah.
But if you look at a stock graph, right? And when I say a graph, you look at like the correlation over time. Yeah. You know, depending on what stock it is, over time you just see a positive correlation with minimal lows.
Yeah, depending on what it is. Yeah.
Right, depending on what it is. So you have to look at your life sort of in the same way, where it's like, as you're elevating and you're going up, the lows that you get aren't so low. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
When you're first starting out, whatever, and you stumble fucking hard.
Yeah, you fall down, like you're back in the pit.
Like a setback can set you back years.
Yeah.
A year, 2 years, 3 years, right? A setback. Yeah. A fucking, your car got totaled, a fucking, something shit like that. Yeah. But as you're growing exponentially, now you're able to mitigate those lows. Yeah. So they're not as low as they used to be. And then your life just gets exponentially better and better and better. And that's just how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
If you
that's a fact. That's a fact. But what about you, bro? What has something that you seen that maybe you were like, okay, I used to think like this back in the day, not anymore.
Bro, I feel unstoppable.
Me too, bro. That's a fucking fact, bro.
Like I said that with the most
just mad
humbling,
humble way. Cause I caught myself living life YOLO. Like this happened. Okay, I guess. Like
you never knew what was next.
No, but it's like, let's say something happened to me, like, okay, whatever, like I'll just fix it.
Now, in a way, you still have to have that type of mentality.
You do, but you have to know like why happened and
how can you not cause it?
Right, and not just be like, okay, it happened. Like, because what if it happens again? You should not. Still. Exactly, you should not deal with the same battles again over and over and over. Yeah. Bro, and I was talking to Chris. Shout out my boy Chris, man. Chris was telling me, bro, 2023 is our year.
That's a fact, bro.
Like with the most firm way of saying it. And I was like, bro, it is true. We were talking about, and you guys know what we talk about.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, man, that not only what he said is true, 2023 is our year, but 2023 is gonna be an up year that once the year is over, it's on us whether we want to keep, like you said, like on the graph, keep going up or just stay level, maybe a little down. Yeah. My plan is, my plan.
Let's go up.
I'm not trying to stop.
Let's go up. That's the whole plan.
I don't ever want to stop.
Everybody in that group chat got that same mindset, man.
What was the question again?
So what mindset changes have you noticed from maybe a year or two ago to what it is now?
Okay, so I also used to be I'll be real. I didn't know my purpose. I didn't know where I wanted to end. I didn't know how do I get to where I wanted to get.
You always had like a picture of it, but not really an explicit
I had a picture.
plan,
I mean, growing up, everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to have cars, house, whatever.
Women, yeah.
But you really you're not really certain of that until you actually hit a wall. I was telling him yesterday. I was like, bro, to all the people that's saying, "Oh, I'm broke," congrats, because that's when you not seriously listen, because that's when you realize
said it was funny.
That's when you're realizing that you need more than what you have. So you noticing that you're broke is gonna push you to go chase chase the bag, chase whatever you need. You know what I mean?
If you're ambitious, because a lot of people are just okay with that, but a lot of people just like, oh, I'm broke.
That's life.
Okay, that's it.
But I'm saying, if you're broke, good.
You notice. You figure out that you're
good. So go do something about it.
Yeah, I feel you.
You had a vision for the destination that you wanted to go to. You just didn't have the map.
Bro, I was so like satisfied with what I had. I was say, oh, I have enough. And you can never and it sounds it's probably bad. Yeah, it's probably bad to keep wanting more because that
it never stops.
It has pros and cons. But if you put your mindset to like good things, And I'll be real, bro. I used to be a believer. I used to be like, money doesn't buy happiness.
Oh.
I used to be like that, bro. I even we had
have full-on
discussions like that.
arguments on
I'd be
this.
like,
Oh my God.
bro, if I have no money, I'd be happy. But bro,
Yeah.
I tell you, bro, there's
be
been some
pretty
times,
happy
there's been
with
some
one.
times that I had no money and I'm not happy.
It gets
I was
real.
not happy.
It gets
You know?
real, bro.
Fast.
Exactly,
quickly,
bro.
It
very
gets
quickly,
real
bro.
quick.
Yeah.
Exactly,
And
bro.
I'll add on top of what you said, bro. I feel like a couple of years ago, it was the same in terms of what I wanted. I was knew kind of what I wanted to go, like you said, the destination and all that. But I would say now I'm just way more mature and mentally, and I would say mentally strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because not everybody's like this. All these people that claim that they got depression, all that, you know, and people who don't even claim they have depression, that something happens and then everything just falls
It
apart,
crumbles.
right? So
No foundation.
yeah, exactly. Their frame just gives out, right? So I would say a couple years ago, I used to be a lot more. I don't want to say. I was gonna say reactive, but I've never been the type of person who, like, when something happens, now, you know, I have like this emotional breakdown or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But-
Like very. Yeah. I know what you mean.
But I would say, bro, that now with just the matureness of going through the business stuff that I've gone through, the ideas that I've gone through, a whole mindset shift completely. Because before, I used to think it was impossible to make 10K a month, and now there's people like, you know, that whole
10K a month is a starting point.
That's what I'm saying. But like, you know, once you start out, you never heard somebody say some shit like that. You're like, what the fuck? That's not even possible. That's
Yeah.
crazy money. You know, that's like famous people money. You know what I'm saying?
That goes back to your environment. If you're not seeing any of that in your environment, that's what you're gonna believe,
Yeah,
bro.
you're gonna think that's not even worth. Like, that's something out of this earth.
Yeah, that's
know?
the impact that it has. You don't even think that it's fucking real.
Yeah, bro.
Because you're like, bro, no one that I know makes 10K a month. And then, you know, like, again, like, then you reach, let's say you reach that certain level, and then you see that there's people making 50K a month, then 100K a month. You're like, holy shit, what the
you
fuck?
You start noticing
shit.
how possible it is.
But
Yeah.
the fact that we've noticed, we're at different ages, but we've noticed, and you're still young, bro. Think about it, bro. There's people who are right now in their 40s, 50s, and they still think that making 5K a month is some crazy shit.
Imagine that.
So just the evolution that we've gone through in the past year and a half, ever since COVID happened and all that
Yeah.
stuff, the shot, the flu, whatever,
The cough.
the cough. Ever since that happened, bro, I just feel like you said, just unstoppable. Like, I got a lot of work to do, but the amount of progress that I've made in the last year is, to me, is out of this earth. Because I really don't care about what other people have going on. Like, people are gonna have this and that, and a lot of people are gonna lie, but I know that I'm truthful, and I got shit that I'm doing right now that if I were to talk to somebody who's not in our group, they'll think that I'm lying.
Yeah, like, bro. And the most important thing is that you're excited about the work.
Yes, bro.
You're hype about the work.
I can't wait till I finish this, and y'all at least I can go finish what I was doing when you got here.
Yeah. Like, you don't look at it and like, oh, this is a fucking Mount Everest that I gotta climb. And let's say
I do, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I do, and I want to climb that
right.
shit. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say that it is, right? Let's say it is Mount Everest, but you're fucking excited to climb it.
Yeah.
You're not looking at it as like, oh fuck.
No,
gotta
imagine
go
I
all
have
the way
depression.
top.
It's like, damn, I got to take all these
Yeah.
steps and go up there. Like, no, I'm trying to climb.
That's the mental switch.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people will stay stuck in that. Like, oh no, damn, that's like a monumental task. Like, nah, you know
What is the
what,
point?
man?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
I'ma
have the
just
energy.
Get to this job, like,
Nah,
bro.
fuck this job. That's what I'm on
Fuck
right now.
that,
And I also
bro.
wanted to say, I know that y'all can agree with me, but I've been very much more health oriented.
Yeah.
This past year,
Yeah,
I've always been in good
100%.
shape. Like, we could vouch. We play baseball. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
with me and him, I've seen it personally with him since, you know, you're in a different state. But
Yeah.
with him, I'm like, we always play baseball. We're always in good shape, right? But
Yeah.
now the
I wanna
routine,
play baseball again.
yeah, not for you. The routine, the food intake, the just being healthy overall, bro. I'm just excited for that because the fact that we got that figured out now, 10 years from now, we don't got to worry about shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that is going to be integrated into our identity. That's
You're
just
on a roll.
that's just who we are at
Yeah,
that point.
yeah.
So it's not like we got to battle, and every day is a battle, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I go to the gym 6 days a week, right? You don't think those 6 days, maybe 2 days, I'm like, fuck this shit. I don't even want to be
Yeah,
here right now.
yeah.
But you know what? I'm still in that gym. Every time that I was talking to your brother about this shit in the gym. I'm like, he was like, what you doing today? I'm like, bro, I didn't want to be here. I really do not want to be. I was doing back that day. I was like, I don't want to be here. I just did 100 pull-ups. I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I still had a whole workout ahead, you know? But I'm like, nah, you know, why I'm still here is to discipline. I'm telling myself I'm better than this. I got to go places. There's no other.
This is the tedious work that's gonna get me where I want to go.
Falling in love with the basic boring shit.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, bro.
That's literally what it is.
Just do it. Fucking do
there's
it.
There's no other way around it, bro. I feel like as a man, you got to do shit that you don't want to do either way. So, implementing cold showers as well. I don't know if you hopped on that, but that's something I've hopped on.
I'm getting into that.
Bro, the cold showers has been, blessed.
I've been like, the way I do it is I kind of like, this mad shit that I want to do, but what I do is I add things. So like I'll start with the gym, right? Then I'll add like a stretch routine. I'll add
we were just talking about the stretch routine and that's important too.
Add fucking now cold showers, like you said. That for me is like
no, it's a little hard, bro. A tip to help you is start out with a warm shower,
and
then gradually just like turn the knob,
right?
and then by the time you're done, it's already cold and your body's getting used to it. But I'm not gonna lie, there's days I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm about to hop in there, just turn it on cold right away. I stay in there 5 minutes, just that. cold ass water.
Hold that.
Just try to make sure that I have my breath in check and that I'm calm through the whole shit. But then there's some days where I'm like, damn, I'm break right now. I do not want to hop in this cold water, and then I start off like that with the warm water and then go gradually.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. You're a fucking human being.
Yeah.
You're a human being.
Why is he acting like he's never done that?
I promise on my
When was the last time you took a cold shower?
Bro, last year. I have not taken a cold shower. Wait, what you said, cold or hot?
Cold.
No. I haven't taken a hot shower this year.
I respect it.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I take cold showers in the summer.
Oh, in the summer is different. It's a different
in the
breed
winter,
when it's cold.
That's the thing though, because in the summer you should get in the cold shower.
Yeah.
But the reason why,
great.
The reason what I do it, and I don't know about you, but the reason why I take my cold showers is because I wanna
fuck your comfort.
Exactly, I wanna bother my body because my body wants to be hot, but I'm like, nah, let's get cold.
Let's get cold.
And guess what, bro? Guess what? You hop in that cold shower. I don't know how you do that, but I turn that thing on. I get in because
you can't. If you try to put your hand.
Nah, bro.
You just gotta jump.
I'm in there already. I have the thing in the shower on.
You just gotta jump.
I'm already in it. So as soon as I turn that, the water's hitting me.
Right. And you know what, bro? That happened because I noticed I used to be in the hot shower, bro. I used to be there for 25 minutes. They're almost 30 minutes, bro. That ass.
Yeah.
So now, bro, my shower started 5 minutes long. Right. I'm cold. I get out. I'm hot. Because the temperature of the room is not as cold as the water.
Yeah.
So you get automatically hot.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah.
No, but the benefits that has on your body as well, on your hair, like it's amazing, bro.
Amazing, bro. I was looking at people doing cold plunges in the tank.
I want to get one.
Just looking at that,
I need to get like a.
And I want to do it, but I'm like,
the tub. I need to get them.
No,
like they come out mad red, shit.
But that's the benefits that has for your body and your health, bro.
Your fucking joints, all that. It's fucking amazing,
bro.
I'll be real. I think I told you that one time. I happened in a cold shower one time, and I stood there for too long that my head was frozen. Like I got out the shower and I was super dizzy. I was like, yo,
cold as balls.
Once like, especially if it's like on the top of your head, if the water is too cold, sometimes I start getting a headache.
You get the ALS.
Like I let my body like.
Now my body will feel calm, but then like the top of my head is like just pounding.
When it's like that, I don't. When it's like that, I just make sure I get my body. My head is like
that's the first thing I wet. Yeah, the first thing I get in is the water in my head, and then after that, I try to just get it on my body, especially my back.
Like, I'll be on my back like this. They're hitting me right here.
Fuck.
Yeah, but it's just like, bro, you just gotta fuck your comfort. Honestly, bro, you just gotta be like, I gotta do this. This is something I gotta hop in, and you don't feel like.
But that's good though. Like you should do what he said before you get out of the shower. Turn it on and stay like this 10 seconds. Try 10, then 15, 20, and it's gonna get to the point that you cold immediately.
Yeah. Fuck
and
it.
You get adjusted. Yeah.
But nah, bro, let's get into the episode, bro. Honestly. Even though we've been talking about really good shit, this episode, let's get into what we wanted to actually talk about, because everything we've talked about previously is gonna tie into what we had.
I want to say a quick point.
Go ahead.
The thing about that, right? You just saying that fuck your comfort and everything is like you gotta like people gotta understand is like you're a human being, so you're gonna feel uncomfortable. It's just natural, and you're gonna fucking hate. There's days you're gonna wake up, you're not gonna want to do shit.
Oh yeah.
But like you said, fuck it. Like you gotta just fuck your comfort. Like just do it, because this is what's gonna get you to do what you need to do and where you want to be.
It's gonna make you a better person.
You just have to force yourself.
Yeah, you literally do. There's no other way around it.
There's no other way around it,
bro. On days where I'm like, for example, on my heavy leg days, bro. There's some days where I come in, the squat. it's time to squat. Let's squat.
Yeah.
Knock that shit out. There's days I come in, I'm like, yo, my knee feels weird. My hamstrings are tight. I don't want to be in here.
There's a million reasons.
But hey, fuck it. I'm still in here and I'm going to get this work done.
That's it.
Yeah. And then after
it sounds
that,
hard,
like,
but that's what you got to do.
It is. And, bro, if you're a man, there's no other way around it. If you're a female, I can't speak for a female because I'm not a female. But as a man, if you're not able to do shit that you don't want to do, that you know you have to do,
it's going to be a tough life.
You're a bitch.
Honestly. Yeah, and that. Yeah.
You're a bitch, honestly. But go ahead, bro. Talk about what. Let's get into this episode.
Well,
that's a juicy intro for you. Ain't that a juicy intro for you?
Let's get it.
All right, let's talk about. I had an idea for this episode.
Go ahead.
The idea that I had in my mind was how to reach that top. I was telling
1%.
Should I do one?
That's 1%.
How to get into that?
Why would we want to be less? You know what I'm saying? Even if it's in the top 10%, you're still, top tier of humans.
Oh, I got some shit to say.
Let's get to it.
So talk to me.
Oh shit. My girl just popped up on my Instagram.
You went into the wrong app.
I don't really. Let me say this. I don't want to focus that much on money. Money is very important, though.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about
money
that.
Money is very important.
Yeah.
I'm talking about things you could do without having to focus on money.
Okay.
That can make you get into that
top 1%.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Number one, remove anything that's stopping you. That's being a wall.
Objection.
Like let's put it into perspective. If you in how do you call those bikes that have for two people? A bike with two seats? I don't know.
A bicycle.
A bicycle with two people,
bike
right?
with two seats. What is it called?
Oh, like that has like the pod next to it.
No, the one in front, one behind.
Oh, nah, I don't know.
I forget the name. Yeah, the bike with two people on
right.
it.
If only one person is doing the work, it's gonna be super hard to move.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So you need
make sure everything's on the same page. You need flow.
Right, you need a flow, exactly. Mm-hmm. You need everybody working the same pace so everything can move smoothly.
Yeah, and I agree with that, and I want to add more to that. It's like you gotta remove, like you said, not just people, but your own limiting beliefs is very important because we as humans, it's just natural, especially with society and like we said, how you grow up and all that. It's just natural that you're going to have a lot of limiting beliefs. There's a lot of things that you're going to be like, okay, I can't do this, but why can't you do that, right? You got to get to the bottom of these things. And apart from that, like you said, people are very important. The people who you have around you, bro, get them motherfuckers out. If all they want to do is drink, smoke, party, do some nonsense, sit around and do nothing. Literally, I have people who just like, oh, let's link. I'm like, all right, what y'all trying to do? Oh, nothing. We're just going to sit here and talk. Like, okay, if we're having a productive conversation, let's get it. If we're going to have a conversation about our futures, talk about money, talk about investments, talk about philosophies, right? Yeah. And I'm not trying to sound like a boring fuck, but I'm interested in that. If you all want to talk about that, we could talk about it, right? Yeah. But if you just want to be like, oh, you saw what Susie did last week? She's sucking 3 dicks and she got an OnlyFans. Like, why would I want to sit there and talk about that?
I don't care.
That is not making me better. It's not making you better.
For Susie.
How does this help LeBron's legacy?
Exactly. That's crazy. You know who he sounds like? I'm not going to say his name, but you know who he sounds like? Come on, bro. The one we were talking about like 2 episodes ago. Yeah. But that's funny. I think he might have said the same thing. But man. Removing people, removing those limiting beliefs,
your environment,
removing obstacles. Like for example, if you have a job that's literally making you sad, depressed, you get to work, not have depression, depressed. You get to work, you're like immediately just feel down, low energy. You don't want to be there. The people who are there are making you feel worse. All right. Let's get that shit out the way. Let's go put in some work, start a side hustle, make that side hustle your main hustle, make that main hustle a business, and then boom, you've created your reality. You can now live your life the way you want to live it, and you don't have to worry about going into a job that you don't want to be at, because that's the most important thing. We spend a lot of time of our day at a job that people don't want to be at.
And like, changing your environment is also removing not just people, but things and places. Like you said, like if you're going into a job that's depressing, like, those things, when you remove them, then now your brain has space to think about, and to focus on the things you need to get you to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like the environment, bro. The environment is insane.
Key.
It is a key, bro. Because if you only talk about fucking weed and parties and shit, what is your reality gonna be? Probably most likely weed and parties, right? You're gonna be like, there's a party this week and let's go and smoke weed at it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What were you saying? Oh no, fuck that. What were you saying?
And like do everything you can to remove yourself. Or remove things if it's in your control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And most likely it isn't in your control, right? Because I've talked about how I've basically removed a lot of people. And right now, if it's not, well, I'll add you to that list because you're coming over more often. But if it's not Kenny, if it's not Chris, if it's not Stanley, if it's not Aaron, and the only reason I hang out with Aaron because one, Aaron goes crazy in the gym. The dude is an animal. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's not. But outside of the gym, all he wanted to do was some nonsense. So I was like, bro, I'm going to leave it to just the gym. I hope that you understand, but I got places I want to go.
Yeah.
Right? And recently he just quit smoking and I don't smoke anymore. So I'm just like, okay. All right, now maybe we could talk about something other than that, right?
Yeah.
But every time we wanted to link, it was just that. Yo, let's go do this. Let's go do this. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Yeah. And I'm just like, nah, bro. At this point, I got bigger goals that I want to achieve. I can't be doing this.
Yeah.
So now I just kept it to the inside the gym. Bro, what's up? In the gym, let's go crazy. Outside the gym, give him dap. He goes his way, I go mine. Yeah. That's it. But there's people out here that are like, oh, I don't want to be a bad friend. No, you're doing yourself a disfavor because you're putting yourself at a worse situation that could possibly turn into a brighter future for yourself.
Absolutely. And also by not saying no and by staying in it, you're also like enabling too, like enabling that friend.
Yeah, you're making that friend worse by
you're making
by correlation. Yeah,
because if that friend, like if he's truly a friend and he sees you like, nah, this dude's about his shit, you know, he's getting on top of his shit, let me do that too.
Exactly.
Like, and then he starts asking you like, yo, how you do this, how you do that, and then that's how you gauge if he's a good friend or not.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And then you'd be like, yo, bro, like, no, let me put you on. You know, I see that you have the intention to.
You have some curiosity. Right. Something is popping in your brain, and you're like, okay, you know, I want to see why he chose to do this.
Yeah.
You know, so that's very important. I like that. Next one.
I have here. You need some sort of hardship. I'll say this. Louis brought a great point just before we started talking about it. He said that we are he said for himself that he's more focused on health, on eating, on working out, staying in shape, so that in 10 more years, it's going to be
a part of our identity.
A part of his daily routine. So he's not going to have to worry about that. Right. So what that does is pretty much is discipline. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Become more disciplined. I always say this. Don't let those emotions
take control.
Like instead of feeling instead of feeling motivated, make that into a habit, into a discipline. Yeah. Just don't feel motivated that day. Feel motivated every day.
Yeah, like we said, bro. You're not gonna feel motivated every day to go to the gym.
It's fleeting. Yeah. Motivation is fleeting.
Let's go on.
Grab that and make it into a discipline. Yeah. Wake up every day. Let's get motivated. Let's get things done. Let's get to work, man.
Something that I've been implementing now that you said that is, you know, as soon as I wake up, the first thing I say is, yo, thank God for the day. Thank God that I woke up today. Yeah. Thank God for this. But I also say I want to see how good life can get, bro. I want to see what is the pinnacle of life? What is the top point where, you know, you feel like you've completed everything in life? I want to see how that feels.
You maximize your potential.
Yeah. So, like you said, I just had a brain fart. But what was the point exactly?
So hardship, discipline.
Yeah, the hardship, right? As a man, I feel like the hardship for me, like we said, right? A man has to have hardship in his life, because if you don't have hardship, you're just gonna be walking through life as a pussy. Basically, you're gonna be a soy boy who is too soft to encounter things. Yeah, right.
Anything will break you.
Exactly. So I would say for me, like, heartbreak was a very good one. Right after a heartbreak, you feel like. There's two ways it could go. One, you could fall into the depression side and, you know, become worse. Yeah. Two, you take that shit and use that shit as fuel. You become a new person to the point where at first in the beginning, you're like, okay, I'm doing it to, for example, get back at them. Like, you know, damn, I left him and look how good he's doing in life now. But then after you get past that, you're like, yo, I just made myself a complete better person. I don't give a fuck about the person who left me. I'm doing this for me at this point, right? Yeah. So hardship could literally have that effect in your life where you don't feel motivated, like you said. Then boom, you have that hardship, and after that hardship, damn, now it's like, okay, I'm fully motivated, but let's turn it into a discipline. Let's once the motivation is gone, I'm still on top of that. Yeah. So I believe that 100% a man has to have his hardships, and it could happen early in life, but it could also happen late in life. So you gotta be ready for that shit whenever.
The earlier it happens, the better.
Of course.
Exactly, because it's like your mind expands after that. You start to see life as it really is after that hardship.
Yeah, man.
And it could be a family member who passed away. It could be a friend who passed away. It could be, like I said, it could be the heartbreak. It could be a financial situation. It could be anything.
Something traumatizing.
Yeah, something that really does traumatize you, bro.
Yeah.
It sounds harsh. Like listening from the inside out, it sounds very harsh. Like some people might hear this and be like, "What are you talking about?" But
yeah, like
you need to have that to be able to develop into a mature man.
Yeah, it's just like it's something that teaches you like the not only the value of things, but also like the resilience. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if I can get through this hard situation, then you at that point you might have thought that was something that would have broken you, right? Yeah. That was something that would have been like the end of your world. Yeah. And then you see that you get past it, and then when you face another type of adversity, you're like, okay, I can.
Well, and if you use it as motivation in a way, you get past it so much easier. I'll use this example. So when I first started the cold showers, I'll be like, in my head, I'll be like, I've put 4 plates on my back. I don't give a fuck about a little water. That shit not gonna do nothing. I get in the water like it's nothing. Then I'll flip it around when I'm in the gym and I'm doing heavy weight. I'm like, I've been in cold ass fucking water. This weight is nothing. And then that's a great way to look at it. It does help, bro. On everything that I believe in, it does work because I've actually experienced it myself. And I challenge anybody who's out there, think of a hardship, and then once you're in adversity, think back on that hardship and use it as your motivation. I guarantee that you'll get through that shit like nothing. It's like cutting butter with a hot knife. Yeah. Easy as fuck. Yeah. Yeah. That's real. Fact.
That's real.
That's a fact.
I'll give you a little personal background. I have been very fortunate in my life to have met a really good woman early. But the thing is that I wasn't prepared, and I didn't have what it took to not only maintain that relationship, but like do the things I was supposed to do as a man, provide, like financially, just provide in general, right? And it was like so fucking hard to kind of like see that relationship like dwindle and like just end because I couldn't.
You couldn't be the full potential.
Yeah, I couldn't
be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, and that sucked, bro, because I knew that she was fucking awesome, right?
And that's important. He's taking all the blame. You see how he hasn't blamed her for anything yet?
Yeah, bro. That's important. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, she was fucking awesome, bro. But I just couldn't.
Yeah, I just couldn't. Easily, you could have been like, no, it was her fault. Even though she was awesome, you could have easily made up a story in your head that was like, yo, it was her fault.
She was amazing, bro, and it was a lesson for me, even though like that shit was really tough, bro.
Yeah,
like,
bro, I know how that shit feels.
That shit was tough, bro. The fact that I couldn't like hold it down, bro, it's embarrassing. Yeah, it makes you feel like less of a man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, bro. Like, yo, I really flopped this relationship just because I couldn't. Like, that's beast, bro. Like, you don't understand. Like. Because I've been through heartbreak too when I was younger, even way before that, right?
This
one was way worse, bro. This one was way worse. I felt like shit, bro.
Yes.
Because I'm like, yo,
you were depressed,
bro. I literally can't keep the person that I love happy. Yo, bro. And I could say it like it sounds like regular. Yo, until you go through that shit.
I know how it feels.
Like, it's just a personal.
Sleep.
It's insane, bro.
Yeah,
it's insane. I lost a good woman because I couldn't provide. I couldn't. That's insane.
Crazy. Yeah. But I bet you, guarantee you that now your whole mindset has shifted.
It'll never happen again.
Yes, and that's important. That's the hardship that you needed to understand that, and that's something that, like you said, that's something that God put in your life. That's something that He needed you to fight through. To understand how much better you can be.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's important, bro. Let's get on to the next one. I like this.
I would say last one, I'll say be thankful, man. I don't think there's one person
that's big.
That in quotes made it that's not thankful for what they have. And I want to say one more thing too. Even if you're not all the way there, just be thankful for what you have. Don't be I think Lewis said
never satisfied.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you see somebody driving in a Lambo, don't be. Just be happy and be grateful that you're driving the Corolla. You understand that if you want to get to the Lambo, you got to put in work. But don't be this Corolla is not good for me. Not the Corolla is doing its job for you, man. So be thankful that at least you have somewhat of transportation that you own, and it's for yourself. You know what I mean?
I don't think you could enjoy anything if you don't have gratitude.
That's a fact.
Even
I
for
agree
the
with
even,
that 100%, bro.
Yeah.
So it's real.
Even for the smallest things, like gratitude isn't like, oh, and I also have a very interesting thing to say about that. But what I want to say first is like gratitude isn't like don't confuse gratitude with complacency. You know, you're thankful for this, but you know that you can do so much better.
Yes, sir.
You know, and without being thankful, you can't enjoy where you're at right now, and like, oh, I've come this far.
Yeah.
Like, you know, thank God, like, yo, I came this far, and you know, but now I'm working on getting better.
Yeah.
And what I want to add to that is like there's this dissonance that I had, right, when it comes to like thanking God for stuff, right? Because like, you know, sometimes I'll pray and I'll be like, you know, thank God for this, that, right? And then you know how some people say like maybe you heard it in your family where like you have to be grateful for everything, even the like the bad shit that happens, right? I have a slightly different version.
Like, I know what you mean. It's like yes, no. Yeah.
I have a slightly different version. I'm not grateful for the bad things that happen. I'm grateful for the lesson.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You see the difference? So when I talk to God, I'll be like, yo, you know, like, and that's like I talk to him like that's my boy.
Yeah, that's how I talk
like,
to him too.
You know,
My dog. That's my dog.
You know,
Yo, what's
that's
up,
my boy.
buddy?
Like,
I know you hear me
I
right
curse
now.
and everything. I curse and everything.
Okay.
Right? So I just be like, yo,
I don't be cursing.
I curse and everything, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'll be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like fuck this. You know, this shit
you want
sucks.
better, yeah.
This sucks. But teach me the
Better.
lesson in this. What is the lesson in this? Why did this happen?
I got you.
You know,
yeah,
teach
sir.
me, show me the lesson in this. I'm not grateful for being fuck.
Yeah, you who wants to be?
Yo,
grateful,
I
bro?
can't imagine. Yo,
what the fuck?
Que lo que,
Like,
ayúdame.
I feel mad fake being like, yo, thank you
Yeah,
for
when you're not really thankful.
yeah,
for it.
like I feel mad fake. Like, yo, thank you for like getting me in this
thankful that
accident.
you're alive. And
No,
so, yeah.
not the fuck the accident. What is this teaching me?
I got
And
you.
then whatever lesson I extract from that is that's what I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
I
you
like
for
that.
helping me realize X. That helps me with Y.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That. Like
Yeah.
I'm who the fuck is gonna be sit there great, yo, thank God, bro, I'm fucking broke. The fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I feel you.
You
I
know?
feel you. Yeah, but
I just
another
wanted
thing I
to
wanted to say is that, you know, in the talk of God, bro, God loves people who put in work.
yeah.
The ones who want to get to the top,
Yeah.
he rewards them the most.
Yes.
Because think about it. Let's say, let's take religion out of it, but let's say that you're God, right? And you have the power to give somebody whatever they want because you're God, right? And you got two people. This is the situation. You got somebody who's a bum who's sitting in their house, living from their parents' salary, eating their food, not paying rent, not working, not doing anything, just watching TV all day.
Smoking.
Smoking weed, whatever. Who knows? Maybe doing some burglary to get the weed. You know what I'm saying? this is just the example. You got the bum. This is Jeffrey, the bum, right?
Yeah.
And then you got fucking Tyler over here on the side. Works a job. Has better life purpose. He has his life in check. He is good with health. He's working out. He is working on a side hustle to get away from that job because he wants more in life.
Yeah.
Right? He has a good relationship with God. He has a good relationship with his family. He has a good relationship with his, let's say he has a girlfriend with his girl.
With his friends.
Yeah, with everybody who's around him. He's making everybody around him better.
Yeah.
Right? But he's also humble enough to understand that God is the Almighty, you know,
Yeah.
glory to him, right?
Yeah.
Who would you want to help more?
The second guy.
Exactly. So if you're a
Tyler.
logical human being, right? You're a logical human being. Look at it like that, right? You want to achieve things? Okay, give God a good reason why you should achieve those things.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that he will put that in your life.
There's a lesson that my dad always put it in my head. If you want $1 million, God is not gonna give you $1 million because he knows and you know that once you get the $1 million, who's God? Bye God.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? So he will give you enough so you keep asking for more and keep seeking for God. And I'm not trying to get too religious into this either, but what he does that is you seeking for him, but you gotta
Doing
realize
it for the wrong
that
reason.
you gotta realize that not only you seeking for him, but you're praying, you living a better life. You start doing things accordingly to God that
Yeah.
it make your lifestyle better.
That's a fact.
You know?
You're not just sitting there asking for help. You're moving towards the goal. And God, the universe,
Whatever you
fortune,
believe in,
it
yeah.
favors the bold.
Yes.
It favors the motherfucker who's out here like, yo, nah, regardless of whatever's happening, I'm gonna get to this.
I'm gonna get it done. Yes, sir.
You know, like they're in, you know, if
And you become a force, bro. You push
Yeah,
through
man.
reality like it's, like I said, like a butter knife, a hot knife cutting through butter.
Yeah.
You literally start to create everything. You start putting yourself in the correct room with the correct people. Situations just end up happening. Like,
Yeah.
it just aligns perfectly, bro.
you know, I'm not really a religious person, but in the Bible it says that God tells man, help yourself and I will help you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it literally says it, like, you know, like, and then that's the thing too. Like, I just want to interject a little bit. Like, the Bible is very philosophical, so there's a lot of shit in the Bible that can help you if you pay attention, right? You don't have to take everything you learn as law. You know, like, filter everything through your critical thinking. But the niggas saying, yo, help yourself and I'm gonna help you. Like,
And
it's
people
there.
just don't want to help themselves. People just want to
know,
live through the
like-
same life, be sad, fat, smoking weed because they're comfortable.
They're comfortable in it. That shit
Comfort
is terrible.
is the deadliest thing that could happen to a man.
Yeah,
honestly,
bro. And complacency in general, like, just that's the biggest risk in life. Actually,
That's a fact.
the risk to go start your own business does not compare to the risk of
Sitting
staying
there doing
comfortable
nothing.
and doing nothing, bro. That's a risk. You know why? Because anything can come. A fucking wave of some shit can come
And end it right there.
wipe you out completely. And
That's a
then
fact.
that's what happens when some shit like that happens. And then that's when you have people throwing themselves off buildings, overdosing, because they can't deal with
They have
that
to off
reality.
themselves because they can't.
They can't deal with the reality.
They're too weak-minded to
You know what
go
I'm
out
saying?
and get it. And bro, think about it. This world was built on people who saw things and they were like, "Let's go. I'm down to do it, no matter what's going on."
And trusted God.
Yeah, it's a fact, bro. Because think about it. I don't know if y'all seen the pictures of the people building skyscrapers in like the 1920s,
Yo,
the early 1900s. You know what I'm saying?
I won't do it.
You know what I'm saying? But bro, it had to be done. You
had
know
to
what
be
they
done.
did? They were like, "Okay, let's go. Let's get it done."
And best believe people lost their lives.
Oh
building
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Especially
There's no
those
other way
years.
around it. Yeah, bro.
I saw that there's I don't want to cut you
No,
off,
you
but
good.
like there's this famous painting. I don't know, it's a painting.
The one
or
where they're
photo.
eating lunch.
Yeah, like
yeah,
it's
a
like
photo.
McDonald's or some shit.
They're eating
and
lunch
then
on
they're
top of the
eating
thing.
lunch on the fucking steel.
They're brave.
Beam. Yeah.
That's and
That's
you
brave.
look down and it's like,
That shit is,
wait,
yeah, they look like ants on there, yo.
bro, it's unreal.
Bro.
On their beam, they're eating lunch on a beam. Yo, it's
But
fucking
guess
nuts.
what? God favors those people.
That's the
the type of mentality you have to have. Like, listen, we got to get this building up
Yeah.
to advance our way of life. Let's get this
Is
building
it
up.
is it a risk? Yes.
Yes.
But
And bro,
the
we've
payoff
all
is-
heard risk it for the biscuit. That's a fact. We've all heard that.
One of my favorite
if
movies,
you've heard
FU.
that and you don't want to risk it for the biscuit, then what are you living for? Because the whole point of a risk means that, right, it could go wrong, but what if it goes better? What if it goes better than you ever imagined it could go?
And
You know?
that's the
Type of mindset you want to have.
yeah, that's where you have to make that connection.
But
like,
still be intelligent enough to understand that it could go wrong. All right, how do I
Yeah.
negate this thing from going wrong, right? But I like this. This is perfect, bro.
and just keep it pushing.
Perfect. Let's get
If it does go wrong, learn from it and you try again.
Yeah.
Because what's gonna happen? You're gonna sit there for the rest of your life. You have
Be
to try and
sad.
try and try and try.
Let's go. We got to keep it moving. Yeah.
There's no like. I'd much rather be out there doing the work than sitting at home. There's no excitement in sitting at home. It's just
Unless you
comfort.
work from home.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, not doing anything. There's no
If you're
excitement
just
in not
sitting there
doing anything.
Just literally watching TV, burning your life away.
Even taking the risk is more fun.
Yeah.
It's more
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's more
bro.
exciting. Oh,
Yeah.
some shit could pop off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. And always be positive.
you know, like not the.
Yeah,
you don't want nothing to pop off, but like,
Yeah,
you know what I
you
mean? Like,
yeah.
you know, just
pop off in a good way.
in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, some shit exciting might happen to me.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. Just take the risk now, especially if you're young. If you're watching this right now and you're a young person,
Yeah, bro.
make sure you're taking calculated risk, but take the risk no matter what, because you got time, bro. That's something. It's
Life
especially-
is long.
Yeah, especially if you're. I mean, you never know how long, but especially if you're young. I'm speaking specifically to young people. It's just you got to understand that you have to have a plan, bro. That's something that I want to add. If you want to reach that 1%, you think all these 1% men just woke up one day and they were just like, "This is gonna happen like this." And it happened like that.
Yeah,
no,
they
went through their ups and downs, but through those ups and downs, they had a whole plan.
Yeah.
They had it all calculated, and yeah, it could have gone south at some point, Oh, they diverted. Oh, let me get right back on track.
And I want to add to that. You know, like in the environment, right? You have a bad environment around you, right?
Put pictures around.
Yeah, something.
Bro, I got my vision board over there, and my girl's working on another one.
Some people will sit there and be like, "Oh, well, there's nobody around me that inspires me. There's nobody around me that." Bro, you have to go and find it.
The internet.
If no one around you can lift you to where you want to go, you got to go and find it. I'll give you a very cool story, and this is a story that I'll tell to the day that I die, because it's fucking awesome. So, to be, you know, I don't want to like prolong, but like to be quick, going back to 2017. Right, I had just come out of the age of like a really dark age in my life, probably the worst ever. Right, so I remember that in 2013, it's really 14 because the movie came out on Christmas, but I saw The Wolf of Wall Street. So The Wolf of Wall Street, and then the 28 minutes that changed my life forever. So I wrote about that, so you can find it. But like, so basically, you know, I saw The Wolf of Wall Street 2013, and you know, that movie just fucking, just fucking like impacted me, right? But I didn't really like follow it, or I didn't really like take what I learned and kind of like ran with it. I kind of just like, it was like an entertainment thing. Yeah. But it did spark something in my brain. I just knew something was wrong. Yeah. When I saw the movie and you know, I saw everything, you know, whatever, I knew something was wrong, but I never attacked it. I got you. I never went after it, right? So fast forward 2017, I'm sitting there in my father's business, and I'm just like on a fucking milk crate watching YouTube, right? So that day specifically, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, I need a good word. I'm fucking like, I'm going through it right now. You know, I just need a word. I need to hear something, right? And all of a sudden, in my head pops in the scene from Wolf of Wall Street when he's talking to the his firm, and he's talking to the salespeople, and he's like, my fucking killers, you know, like he's encouraging them, you know. Yeah. So that scene was, I'm like, I need to watch this right now. Boom. So I find the scene and I'm like inspired and fired up by the scene, right? But then, you know, the video passes and I'm like, but how can I apply it? Like, so then I kind of go back into complacency. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's motivating, but it's like, fuck. But at that time, YouTube had just changed the algorithm where, you know, the suggested videos. The suggested videos, right? So when I flipped my phone back around, the fucking videos were under, right? So
it's a bunch of motivational videos under that.
So the video that was under it was a 28-minute video of the real Jordan Belfort, like the actual Jordan Belfort, which he's cool as fuck, by the way. I follow his shit, bro. It was 28 minutes long. I'm like, I'm not doing shit. Let me watch it. Yep. The fucking title of the video was The 10 Reasons Why Most People Are Broke. Let me tell you something. When I watched that fucking 28-minute video, at the end of it, that video sent me down a rabbit hole of like entrepreneurship. That's how I found Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez. And I don't know if you ever seen that Ty Lopez video where he's in his garage.
Garage.
Yeah, where he's like, the fucking, these books helped me get this Ferrari and shit like that. That was
I know what that is.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Marketing genius.
Yeah, bro. So, bro, I went down the rabbit hole of entrepreneurship. I bought books. And then from that moment, it goes a lot deeper. I'm not going to get into it here. You can read about it on my blog. But that moment sparked everything for me until what I'm doing right now. From that moment, back in 2017.
Okay.
So that's how it's insane how things work, how the universe works.
Bro, the internet is powerful, bro. People use it for the wrong purposes though. Yeah. Right? If you're watching porn, if you're mindlessly watching Mr. Beast videos and stuff like that, fucking nonsense, right? And power to Mr. Beast. Very intelligent person. Probably gonna be the first YouTube billionaire. You know what I'm saying?
He's fucking like that dude
bro,
is insane.
You're helping him, right? But is it really helping you? Right? All right, now let's say, for example, you're watching those videos. For example, you need some motivation, watch a motivational video. Yeah. Guarantee you'll find some motivation depending 100%. On what it is, right?
100%.
Watch a podcast that's going to help you learn. Read a book. Do something, but make sure you see things that are outside of your sphere or your worldview that open your mind, right? Like, for example, you have a bunch of pictures around of cars that are expensive, watches, investments.
Keep it in your vision.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it where you see it on a daily basis, because it slowly will start changing your mindset, right? Yeah. And then you add on top of that, you're already developing as a person. You're taking care of your health. You're working out. The relationships around you are high value relationships, right? Yeah. It's not just low quality people anymore. Yeah. You're going to start to see it change slowly, but it will end up adding up at the end of
Eventually,
the day.
yeah.
So use the internet to your advantage. Like people really just spend time doing nothing.
Scrolling on TikTok.
Because if you think about it, right, there's power in action, right? There's also power in research, right? Let's say, for example, you're not really doing an action, even though you're researching, which could be the action. But if you look at it from the outside in, let's say you're literally sitting down in a room just watching a video. All right, what is the video about? If you're sitting down in a room watching Mr. Beast, you're literally sitting in a room doing nothing. Literally,
you're doing
nothing. All right, you're sitting in a room watching how to learn a skill. You're seeing something that's gonna benefit you. So now you're sitting in a room learning a skill.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm trying to get at. My point is that the internet allows us to see things that back in the day weren't in their pocket. It wasn't in a finger, like a hand extension away. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that you could pick up now, where you're gonna have it every single day of your life. Well, I mean, I don't think phones are going anywhere anytime soon, right? Yeah. So how are you using that time?
Yeah, that's all. That's why I don't believe in excuses.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe in excuses because last year, 2022, late 2022. Long story short, I went to DR and my father showed me where he's from. Like he took me to his origins. Yeah. And, DR is very green.
No, I've had it. My dad gave me that same experience a couple years ago.
It's very beautiful, but where he's from, there's nothing there.
Yeah, literally, it's just dirt roads and fucking farms.
There is nothing there.
Trees. Like he was showing me a bunch of like lemon trees and shit and coffee, and I'm like, yo, this is what you grew up on? He's like, yeah. This is where it came from. This is the mud.
Fast forward how many years, and then it's like, bro, this guy has a fucking house. He has a fucking business. He has like, you know what I'm saying? So then me seeing that, there's no way. There's no way that I can sit there and be like,
I'm okay this is with too being difficult. Mediocre,
and I'm okay with, like I owe it to myself. I owe it to my dad,
to your lineage.
Yeah,
you owe it to everybody.
Like,
your great grandfather, your grandfather, the person before that. You know what I'm saying?
What a slap in the face it would be if I just stood there doing shit with my life.
That's a fact.
Knowing that this man came from this place and has this. And if he was even half as smart as we are, he would be
even better.
Oh my God, he'll be out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that excuse shit, man. Fuck that.
And it takes a certain type of research and a certain type of investigation to really open up to understanding that.
And there's nothing stopping you from doing it.
Nope.
You can't. You can open your computer. Everybody, the same people that are scrolling TikTok and scrolling Instagram, porn and shit. You can. Corn?
I
thought you said porn. Corn.
Yeah.
But so the same people that are doing that, you can choose to go learn about Grant Cardone. You can choose to go learn about fucking Russell Brunson. You can choose to go learn about
David Goggins.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. These are all things that are accessible to you for free. And even if they aren't, they cost little to no money. You can go buy a book on Amazon.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
People
Instead
were
of
complaining about the Tate thing, it was $50 and you learn a bunch of skills, right? It's like
where you think I got the copy thing from?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, people are so quick to invest in nonsense that when it comes to something that's going to benefit them, they second thought. They have like a second thought.
The arrogance.
The
arrogance.
And it's crazy, bro. And that's something that I want to talk to you guys about after the podcast, because I had like a little thing that I want to talk about. I want to wait till Chris gets here and stuff so we could talk about it. He actually just confirmed that he was doing something right now. He'll slide in a few. But yeah, bro. I honestly believe that people just make excuses. People just want to be mediocre, bro.
It's insane, bro.
And if you're somebody who thinks like we do, and you have those type of people around you, the most urgent thing you have to do right now is get rid of those people, bro. It might sound hard.
Change your environment, bro.
Get the fuck out of there.
And the biggest word is no. It's the smallest word in the English language, but it has the most impact.
It works, and people are gonna try to be that influential figure in your life, where they try to. For example, when I quit doing what I used to do, like, I'm not going to say too much about it. I didn't do no hard drugs or anything like that. But, I know my mom be watching this shit.
Yeah.
But, right? But once I quit once I quit that, it just became so much more accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were just coming like, here, have it for free, this and that. Do this. Let's go do this. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
That's real shit. That's real shit.
Yeah, and it's hard, bro, because you have to be strong mentally to really say no, because those temptations really come for you.
Yeah, and you have to say no and not care. Like, no, I don't want to do that. Don't feel bad about saying no.
Better things that I want to do in life, bro.
Yeah, like, just don't feel bad about saying no. If you don't want to do something, just fucking decline.
Yeah. But you go, bro. You've been quiet.
Yeah. It's funny enough because
You just been soaking shit in.
Nah, it's funny enough because every time, I would tell you, yo, like, this thing it's not so beneficial for you, and
No. I had a reason why, but then I was still productive on it. That's why I would say I was.
But you remember that now.
I wouldn't say now. I just feel like I'm sharper, if that makes sense.
I mean,
right? Because like I still got my work done. I got everything done that I had to do, but now I just feel better. If that makes sense. Like, I don't feel tired. I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never use it. I would never say that it was a crutch for me, but I just feel better now. Like, I'm so far away from it now that I'm just like, I don't really care to go back.
The work is more enjoyable. Mm-hmm. The work is way more enjoyable. Like,
I feel you.
Fuck it. Like, you feel good about going to the gym. You feel good about developing and getting further. Like, if you're learning a skill and you're like, okay, I'm a month into this and I can do this with ease, that feels good.
Yeah.
That's quality dopamine, not cheap dopamine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That dopamine hit lasts for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Yeah.
Like, the dopamine you get from
corn.
The dopamine you get from that is a couple minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Seconds, bro.
Yeah, the dopamine you get from
you going crazy, bro.
I'm saying, like,
I get what you mean.
Yeah, bro. The dopamine you get from smoking bud, like, probably a day, maybe, right?
Not
like,
even a couple
of hours. But guess what? Go on a trip. Go somewhere you've never been.
Learn a skill and go be good at it.
Learn a skill, be good at it.
Get praise from people when they see how good you are at that skill.
See some progress in the gym. See how long that shit lasts.
Yeah.
Fucking months, weeks, months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking years, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, that's good dopamine. Quality dopamine that's gonna fucking like flood your mind. You know what I mean? And that it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, sir. Because now other people see it, and then your circle starts to pick up on it.
It's amazing.
Because think about it. After I did, so did Chris.
Yeah.
And then now, I mean, the other two never were on it, but it's just something that you start to notice it now. Aaron sees me like that, and it's been a couple months since I stopped, and now he just stopped. Yeah. So I see it, and then hopefully he stays strong. It's only been like 2-3 days, but hopefully he stays strong and he keeps it going forever as long as he wants to.
The hardest thing to do is to start.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
Start.
But, yeah, man, it's been a pretty long one.
How long we been here for?
Hour 30.
Hour 30? It feels like fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, man, but let's wrap it up. It's been a very good episode. Now let's get into clocking out with a purpose.
Clock out with a purpose, man. Have you guys heard the Chinese analogy in the farm?
The farm?
The farm, have you? Well, I'm gonna say it, and you guys probably heard it before.
Is it like one of those Chinese proverbs? Like,
no. So hear me out. So there's a farm, right? There's the father and the kid, right?
Oh, so, the maybe.
Go. But
yeah. So these guys, they have one horse, right? So one day the horse runs away, and then the father goes around asking for the horse if they have seen it or not. And then people say, "Oh, you must feel sad because they won." And he was like, "Well, I mean, I don't know yet. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad." So the next day, the horse comes back with 2 other horses, and everybody's like, "Oh, you got 3 horses now? Oh my God, it's so good." He said, "Well, I don't know yet. Maybe it's good or no."
Yeah.
So the next day, the kid is teaching the horses, how to run in the area, and then that day the kid falls and breaks his back. And then the neighbors come around and they're like, "Oh my God, your kid broke his back. That must suck." And he's like, "Well, maybe good or bad." Then after that, the army comes knocking on his door looking for. So the next day, the army comes knocks on the guy's door asking see if who can take for the army.
Yeah.
But they couldn't take his kid because his back was broken.
Back was broken. Yeah.
So the analogy is that pretty much that you don't really know what happens to you if it's good or bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I guess my quote to end this episode would be just hang in there. You know what I mean? Like, you things can happen at you, and you'll never understand why things happen to you. And that's something that I was talking to Louis a couple of days ago. You don't know why things happen to you until, well, I'm a religious guy, so I believe that one day I'll be in front of God, and I won't even ask him why, because then I will understand why they happen already.
Yeah.
So I'll just say, stay tough, hang in there, and know that at the end of that, you come on top.
You'll understand why.
Yeah, and to be honest, like the why, you don't really have to focus on why something happens. Like it could be, you can't keep it from being in the back of your mind, of course, but like you shouldn't focus on why did this happen. You just keep pushing, and eventually those answers will come. Yeah, eventually something in your life will happen where like, oh, that's why that happened that day, or that's why this turned out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It always, everything comes around full circle for sure.
That's a fact. You got your quote, or you want me to go?
Nah, I want you to go because I don't.
I got you. I got this from Tony Robbins, and it kind of makes sense to what we've been talking about because people really don't have structures in their life and stuff like that. But he said, if you want to achieve success, all you have to do is find a model of those who've already succeeded.
Yeah,
and you just find somebody who has already gotten to where you want to be at. I wouldn't say copy their whole structure, but see what they've done and then model your own with your own flair.
Yeah.
Make your own plan.
Curate.
Yeah, and head that way. You know what I'm saying? People just walk around life without any purpose. Like he said, like, it took you a while to find your purpose. And that's okay. Like, there's people that are walking around right now, maybe in their 50s, that really don't know what their purpose is, So as long as you understand that, okay, I want to do this. All right, so how are you going to get there? What steps do you take? Because I said this a couple episodes ago, though, but let's say you have a big goal and you look at it as a ladder, right? Let's say your goal is huge and it has to do with confidence, but let's say on one side is one ladder with just one, what are those things called?
Steps?
Yeah, the one step is here and the next step is up here, right? Which is the end of the goal, right?
Yeah.
So which one is easier for you to go from that one step to the end of the goal, or the one with all the, a bunch of steps, right? There might be you might think they're insignificant goals at the time, but you achieving them is going to give you more confidence to then go up that ladder faster. You get what I'm trying to say?
You eventually you see how one helps the other.
Yeah. So those little things that you think are insignificant, like we said a couple of times this episode, fall in love with the boring stuff. Do the things that you have to do no matter how you feel, and I guarantee you that God is going to end up rewarding you at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. I don't have a quote, but I will end it with this. If you, like, writing off of what you said, if you want to do something and you want to get better at it, whatever field it is that you're in, anything that you want to do, you find a mentor or you find someone who's done it, and then you, like you said, model that person with your own structure. You curate your own style of doing those things. But ultimately, you got to understand, if you want to get better at playing basketball, you play with the good players.
That's a fact.
Of course.
But go to the park, get in that court and play with those guys. That's how you get better. You get better by doing. You know what I'm saying? If you whatever money path that you want to take, any business, whatever, get in the field. Get in the field. That's how you become better. That's how you level up. Yeah. By being around people who are better than you at whatever it is you want to do. Bro. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get the game from. With
bums.
Yeah, bro. That's where you get the game from. That's what it is. And using that basketball analogy is very, very simple.
Yeah, it makes it simple. If you didn't understand that, then I guess you got other issues you got to attack. But
very, very simple.
At the end of the day, man, if you hang around 5 millionaires, I guarantee you'll be the sixth.
Yeah, 100%.
Makes it that easy. If you didn't understand the basketball analogy, if you didn't understand that one, now go see a doctor or some shit. But, that's a perfect way to end things up, man.
Yeah,
I feel like every time that we have these conversations is we're putting emphasis on the important things in life.
Yeah, man.
Instead of just talking about what the Kardashians are doing.
The steps of the ladder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real shit.
Man. If you stayed till this long, I want to thank you because
Fact. Shout out to
you
you.
are very dedicated in becoming a better person. Because if you're not listening to these conversations, or if you find these conversations, not even because it's ours, I could be listening to this and they could be saying the same exact thing that we're saying, and I'll stay there and listen to the whole thing. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I want to become better.
That's the whole thing.
And if you find it boring, then you don't want to become better. You rather go watch Mr. Beast throw $1 million out a window. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a way of life.
Wishing you could do that.
Yeah, and you're not gonna get to that point unless you build the relationships with the right people, have the correct systems in place where you are structured in workout regimen, staying healthy, giving yourself energy, food, because food is fuel.
Yeah.
People don't understand, but food is fuel.
For sure.
And then having a goal, and then having some ways to get to that goal.
Yeah.
That's basically what I wanted to say.
America. Listen. Do the work.
Dude.
All right, America. Do the work. It's not hard. It's not hard.
At all.
Do the fucking work.
That's it.
Do whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life. Do the work. Get in the court. Get in the field.
Yes, sir.
Don't read something. Oh, cool. That sounds good. No, go do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get in the field, America. All right.
Yeah. Okay. What
Jesus.
you got to say, man? You got to leave them with before we clock out.
I just want to say, I want to say what my ex used to say. Hasta aquí llegamos.
Hasta aquí llegamos, papi.
Yeah. O bebemos romo
O mojamos el loco.
But let's clock out, man. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Yes, man. Let's get it. Ticos, I want to thank you for pulling up.
Absolutely,
this was an amazing
my brother.
episode. Very
Yes.
good conversation. Obviously, we're going to keep talking about
Of course.
stuff after this. And like I said, y'all got to hop on the Patreon if y'all want to see that. But should we make an OnlyFans? Say no. But no,
I mean, no, hey, man.
yeah,
this shit.
it's a way that we get money.
You already got
inside,
Patreon.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. But honestly speaking, if you paid attention this far, you're doing something that I would say then well more than 50% of the population is doing. You want to be better.
It means you
bettering
care.
yourself. It
And
means that you do care.
caring is the most important thing.
Yeah.
That's
But that has been episode 53 of Clocked In
53.
Podcast, man. Thank y'all so much.
Do the
Peace.
work.
Like
the
he
work.
said, do the work.